What is going on? David Lyon here, founder of Evolving Man and Embodied Creators. So what I want to talk about in today's video is a skill that I've sharpened over the last 7 years that enables me to live a life that is truly in alignment with who I am, with my particular setup. And so this video will be helpful for you, will be interesting for you if you've ever experienced this, that you're trying out some kind of technique, something that someone recommended you. It can be a diet, it can be a meditation practice, it can be a morning routine. And you tried it out and it didn't work for you. Something came up and it just didn't feel good, and you started doubting yourself and you were going like, what's wrong with me? This is working for other people. Why is this not working for me? In comes the ability to track. What is tracking? So to give credits, I first learned about this term from a trainer of nonviolent communication called 𝘭𝘪𝘧𝘦. And basically tracking is the ability to notice inside of your body, inside of your nervous system, what is happening as you're moving through the day and doing the things that you're doing. So you talk to your parents and you notice what is happening in your body. You speak to a camera and you notice what is happening in your body. You pleasure yourself and you notice what is happening in your body. You eat something and you notice what's happening. So why is that so powerful? Well, because that enables you to clearly differentiate between the things that are working for you, that make you feel the way you want to feel, maybe energized, maybe excited, maybe powerful, whatever it is, to differentiate these things from the things that even if they in theory might be helpful, are actually not working for you. Maybe they lead you to tensing up, to feeling overwhelmed and uncomfortable in a way where it doesn't actually support you. And so this is a place where I notice especially sensitive people with sensitive nervous systems, meaning they're taking in more information, they're feeling a lot of different things. That's where they struggle, because if you're not able to track what makes me feel in a particular way, I'm just going to feel a lot of things, but it's going to feel chaotic. I'm just like, whoa, I'm feeling 37 things at the same time, but I have no idea where this is coming from and why I'm feeling that, right? And so then you cannot learn from your inner experience. You're just constantly in this whirlwind of things happening, things affecting you, things feeling too much, but you don't know why. And so this is why the ability to track, to be like, interesting, I'm going for a walk and somebody's passing by, maybe a man is passing by, and I notice my stomach is clenching. Okay, and so now I'll go into a bit more detail of like, what does it take to actually learn to track your experience? Because one trap you can fall into is to be like, there's a man passing me by and my stomach clenches, so that means I should avoid men because they make me feel a particular way. Now that's oversimplified. We need to go into a bit more detail and be like, interesting. What is happening in the moment that a man is passing by that leads to your reaction? And so this takes quite a lot of precision, and it takes kind of two complementary qualities, if you want. One is the ability to stay present with your bodily sensations, so kind of an awareness. And the other thing is to be able to observe what is happening in your mind. Because usually it's going to go something like this. Man is passing by, I notice the clenching in my stomach. I don't know why I chose this example, but here we are. And it happens, like a couple of things happen, but it happens so quickly that I maybe only notice my clenched stomach, and maybe I only notice it a couple of minutes, hours, days later. So then what we need to do is to slow down and be like, okay, what are all the things that come up in the process that lead me to this clenched stomach? Now, if you do this practice, what you might find is that first a thought pops up. Maybe it's men are dangerous, or I'm not safe here. And so then your body responds to the thought, and that's where you end up. So it would be too oversimplified to just be like, stay present in your body and do the things that make you feel good and avoid the things that make you feel bad, because that would just be a bypassing of things that you can actually work through and transform, so that you no longer need to clench your stomach when you walk past a regular man. Now, why is this ability to track so powerful? Well, what it enables you to do is to actually start, first of all, noticing the things that are working for you in the place that you currently are, rather than doing something that is theoretically the best thing, or that someone said is the best thing, or that someone recommended that you should be doing. So rather than doing that, being like, well, I'm staying present in my body and I'm noticing how this makes me feel. And so from there, if I take time and uncover the information that lies in what I'm feeling, I can actually learn what supports me and what doesn't support me. And that is going to kickstart your growth in a completely accelerated way, because you no longer are trying to fit your experience into a practice that you were given, or into a theory that you were told about what you're supposed to do, but you're taking your own experience seriously and saying, oh, given where I am right now, waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, it does not actually support me, doesn't make me feel more energized and better and more excited and so on. It actually makes me feel worse. I feel terribly exhausted and I sleep worse and so on. Okay, so let's now talk about how you can actually develop the skill of tracking. So basically, I would say there are two things that you need to practice on a consistent basis. One is body awareness. So the way that I do that is through meditation, through just sitting in silence and noticing whatever is going on in my body. Obviously, there are many different ways you can practice body awareness. And the other thing is the mental ability to track. So I do that with things like a weekly review, where I look back at the week and say, what worked really well? Like, where did I feel excited and alive and expansive and in my power? And where did I feel like, oh, something happened and suddenly I felt a particular way and I didn't understand exactly why. So to notice these moments, even if it's in retrospect, because most of the time you will not be able to catch it in the present moment, and that's okay. But to practice looking back and being like, okay, what is it that happened there? And then what you can do is you can, for example, start writing down what are all the thoughts that came up in this moment. So you start understanding more the pattern that showed up in this moment that got you swayed away into some old trauma, into some old story, so that you were not able anymore to be just fully present in your body and witnessing what was going on, but you were kind of sucked in and it was an uncomfortable experience. Another thing that's helped me immensely to sharpen my skill of tracking is to work with skilled facilitators, coaches, therapists, to help me understand more what was going on inside of me in places where maybe I didn't get there by myself. I just felt kind of stuck in my experience and needed some external support. So this is also a very powerful way to accelerate your learning curve and the ability to track. And with that, to notice what are the things that really light you up in your life. What are the things where you feel so much passion, where you feel like you could work on something endlessly because it just excites you so much. And what are things that maybe right now are part of your daily life that are actually killing your energy, that are actually making you small and contracted and down, so that you can start actually noticing these things. Now, I just very freshly launched a new coaching program. It's called Embodied Creator. It's a 4-month program that helps you take the steering wheel of your life and be able to create, both in terms of your purpose, but also in your relationships, the things that really nourish you, that really empower you, so that you get to live a life that, as I said in the beginning, is in alignment with who you are, that is actually congruent with what you need to be able to shine and share your gifts with the world. So if you are interested in this program, hit a comment, just say yes or I'm interested, and I'll send you all the details. I'm very excited about this. It's going to be open for another week. And yeah, if you resonate with this message, do share it. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, you're seen, you're loved, you're appreciated. Keep evolving, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.